The TBR game is back, and I also have a very empty TBR cart because I'm going to completely redo everything based on what I get in this game. December was such a great reading month. I finished 12 books and read 2,469 pages. So I'm super happy with that and so excited for a new year, new reading goals. My Goodreads goal is to read 65 books this year. I read 55 last year. Fingers crossed. With Bookmas, I took a month off from my TBR game, so I'm excited to get to play again and to have 12 turns is very exciting. Whatever amount of books I finished in the previous month, I allow myself to choose that number of books to read in the next month. So last month I read and finished 12 books. This month I will get to choose 12 books for my TBR game. For every 5-star book I read in the previous month, I get to draw one of these. These are my most anticipated books. You may notice that they look different. I completely redid them. I have actually 2 stacks of books here, and I just wrote down the ones that I'm most excited to read this year. So every time I read a 5-star book, the next month I'll get to choose one of these for the TBR. Okay, so for every 4-star book that I read, and there were a lot in December, I roll this dice 3 times, and the number will correlate normally to a shelf, but here it's going to be to a stack, and then I just keep rolling and figure out the book. And then for every 3-star book, I just draw one of these prompts out of here. I rotate them, so it's always a different prompt. And then once I'm done, I put them in my little box. Before we get into the game, I do want to talk to you guys quickly about my book bingo game that is completely free for everybody. It's available on my Patreon, but you do not have to be a patron to access it and play it. Basically, it looks like this. I'll insert a picture. It's just meant for you guys to have fun with your reading throughout the month. All of my book bingo boards are made, uploaded, and scheduled to go up on my Patreon the first day of every month. So there are 2 spaces on there that I want to address. One is to read 50 pages every day, which I really need to get a move on this. Other is to journal for 21 days. So for me, I want to read 50 pages every day and journal every day in the month of January. So I put a little tracker in my notebook and I'll just shade in the color. So then my goal for Bible reading is to continue reading just the red letters, and then I will also be reading Proverbs as usual with a special emphasis. This year I want to read, I always read the proverb of the day, but then there are 31 verses in Proverbs 31. And you don't always get to read Proverbs 31, so I want to read 1 verse from there every day, every month. I hope that makes sense. So then for devotionals, I don't have it with me, but I'm going to read Jesus Calling for my year-long devotional. It's not as pretty and aesthetic as last year's devotional, but I am excited because I've had it for a while and I know a lot of people love it. Continuing the path of life, I got to page 40 in here before December and I put it away to focus on Bookmas, but it's back. Then in January I will also be continuing Kids Ministry That Nourishes. I read 1 chapter a week. Tonight is Saturday night, so I will be reading a chapter of this tonight. One thing I'm super excited about for 2022, I did that like 12 for 2022 reading challenge recommendation thing that was going around on Instagram. And I had so many people, especially on my Facebook groups, comment books recommended for me, and it took a while to narrow them down, but I finally did. I'm so excited about the 12 that I will be reading, and I'm especially excited about the first one. It's called Una Out of Order, and it's basically about this woman who, I think like every year she wakes up on her birthday, but she's a different age. And that's just gonna like happen throughout her life. And it's just kind of fun. I love books that include time travel. I feel like this is a fun twist on it. Like, you never know what her life's gonna be like on her next birthday, or like, because I think she goes to like her 55th birthday or something like that, and then back and forth. I don't know. I'm excited. This is totally up my alley. I can't wait. And my library has it, so that is January's book, and I'm super excited about it. With that, let's get into the TBR game. From last month's ratings, we will be choosing 1 book out of here. We'll be playing the Little Mini Trouble 9 times and choosing 2 of these prompts. So I just open this up and look away. I'll go with, oh my gosh, I have a few in my hand. Okay. And I dropped them all. Let's try this again. This one's like jumping out of the thing. Oh, and also there's writing on the outside because I used these for a different game that I was just playing on my own. So I just wrote on the inside the actual titles. 7 Habits. Okay, so I'm finishing, hopefully, finishing 7 Habits of Highly Effective People in January. I love when I'm in the middle of a TBR game after 2 months of not having it and my phone says it's full. I don't know where I was, but this is the first pick of January. Moving on. This is where it gets tricky because normally I have books on these shelves. What I'll do, basically I'm going to roll this 3 times. If I get a 1 through a 3, it'll be the stack that's on my left. If I get a 4, 5, or 6, it'll be the stack that is on the right. And then I'll narrow it down to some options and show you what I'm choosing from. That's how we're going to work this. We have to do this 9 times, so bear with me. Okay. Alright, the first one is the stack on the left. Let's see how many books there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 1 6, I will choose whatever book from this stack that I want just to make it easier on myself. Okay, here goes. Can you see this loveliness? I don't know if you can. I got a 6, so I get to choose whatever I want from this stack over here. I'm going to continue Unashamed. This was one of the books that was part of Bookmas, and I love it, and I want to keep reading it. So this is what we're going with. Next one. We have 8 more to go, so 8 more of these to go. All right, ready? All right, it's a 4. That means that it is the stack on the right this time. Okay, perfect. There's one that I can't read because I already read it. It's just out for my aesthetic posts on Bookstagram this month. So technically 18 TBR books here. So 1, I'll choose the first 3. 2, I'll choose from the next 3. 3, I'll choose from the next 3, and so on. All right, I got a 3. So let me go count. All right, this is like super heavy stuff right here. Not just physically. All right, so my choices are No God But One, Abolishing Abortion, and Blackout. So I'm going to roll the dice once more. A 1 or a 2, I'll choose this one. 3 or 4, I'll choose that one. 5 or 6, I will continue with Blackout. Some intense reading going on this month. It's a 6, so I think that's Blackout, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so Blackout is the 3rd option for TBR of January. All of these were Bookmas picks, so that's fun. It's a 3, which means it's that stack again, but we're down to 15. So I'll do the same thing. 1 through 5 will be a set of 3 to choose from. 6, I can choose whatever I want. And it's a 5, so I have to choose from, of course, the bottom of the stack, which is The Reckoning by John Grisham. Okay, the 3 options are The Reckoning, John Grisham, Grit, Angela Duckworth, and The Year of Magical Thinking. Magical Thinking 1, 2, Grit 3, 4, Reckoning 5, 6. It's a 6, so I'll be reading The Reckoning. Yay, that's the one I wanted. All right, 6 more. All right, I'll do the same thing I did with if it's a 6, I will choose whatever I want. It was a 2, which means that my choices are The Piano Tuner, Catherine the Great, and Play with Fire. All right. Piano Tuner, Catherine the Great, Play with Fire. I need to say 4, which means Catherine the Great. Which is great because, great, it's a huge one. I need to either read it or get rid of it. Got 5 more of these. All right, 1. So it's the left stack again. So now I'll do it by 2s. All right, it's a 6, which means the bottom 2. Grit, or the Year of Magical Thinking. Year of Magical Thinking is 1 through 3. Grit is 4 or 5 or 6. And it's a 4, so grit it is. We've got 4 more. This is the left stack. If I remember correctly, there are 13, so I'm doing the same thing, except for the Acts of the Apostles. We'll go with that. Okay, it's a 6 again, so the bottom of the stack, it's either And Then There Were None or the Year of Magical Thinking. Alright, it is And Then There Were None. 2. So that's the left side. And now it's just arranged by 2s. Okay. It's a 6, of course. It's at the bottom. Okay, it's either Arrival by Ted Chiang or The Year of Magical Thinking. It is The Year of Magical Thinking at the very bottom, of course. All right, it's a 5, so it is the right side. Doing the same thing. If I get a 6, I can choose whatever I want. The others are sorted by 3s. It is, oh, what is that? A 3. Okay. I was about to choose between No God But One, Russian Stories, and Russia's Orient. Let's see what the dice chooses. All right, it's a 3, so it's the one in the middle. Russian Stories. We got that one again. This is the one where it's half Russian, half English. All right, 1 more in this unlucky trouble game. Last one. It's a 1, it's the left. I'll do sets of 2, and if it's a 6, I'll read the one on the bottom. Big surprise. All right, it's a 2, which means it's either A Minute to Midnight or Drawing Near. It's Drawing Near. Okay, I'm going to choose 2 prompts. So first I'll choose from this top gray one. I feel like they're all bunched up, so I'm trying to separate them. Go with this one. A book about leadership. So I'm going to choose Positive Intelligence. Why only 20% of teams and individuals achieve their true potential, and you can achieve yours. My mom was going to get rid of this, but I was like, I'd like to read that before we unhaul it. So that's the book pick. Switch it. Last book pick. Go with this one, whatever it is. Black cover. So that will be my TBR. Hallelujah. We've successfully chosen. Now I just got to figure out which of these is going to be the Patreon pick. Okay, I have my iPad here. I'm going to spin this wheel. It's basically all the titles on my TBR, and whatever the wheel picks is what I'm going to be focusing on reading specifically for my Patreon. Let's see what happens. I am screen recording this, so you can watch it too. Except for my iPad's going really slow. I don't know what the deal is. Please be The Reckoning. That would be so much fun. Yay! Okay, so if you want to be able to chat with me or watch videos specifically about The Reckoning by John Grisham, join me on reading this, talking about it, videos specifically related to it. Join me on Patreon. Everybody who is a patron will have access to videos and chats about this. The only difference between the higher level tiers and tier 1 is that higher level tiers get a free gift, but everybody who is a patron gets access to videos and chats and everything. That is my plan for this year, and I will be focusing on The Reckoning for Patreon this month. So excited. I think that's going to be fun. I'm very interested in reading my first Grisham novel. That's everything for this TBR game. I'm not gonna lie, I was super frustrated that my phone was full the entire time I was trying to film, so I don't know what this turned out like, but I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like. Please give me some support because I am stressed right now. That was so frustrating, not gonna lie. Now my TBR cart is full, and I also have more books that need to find a home. My phone has decided to hate me, so I'm filming on my iPad. Terrible quality. I apologize. I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I'm going to try to edit this on my iPad. This may not work. I don't know what's going to happen. It's really hard to have a channel if you can't film anything. Happy 2022. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. If I ever get to film again, I will share all these with you. Happy New Year.